How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And Breakout, well, Super Breakout, made its way to the Atari platforms and their arcade cabinets and all that. And finally made it home around like 1980, 81, 82, something like that. But it was a phenomenal game. And it was a beloved game. So phenomenal, so beloved, that Taito mimicked this formula. And somewhere around 1985, 86 or so, they released Arkanoid. And Arkanoid is a masterpiece as far as this type of game is concerned. You know the game formula. You have the little paddle going back and forth, a bunch of blocks in the way. You get rid of all the blocks, you advance to the next level. Well, not to be outdone, Romstar releases a game in the arcades around 1989, 1990-ish. And it gets ported to the NES in 1990. And it's essentially the same game with some tweaks here and there. More character driven than the Arkanoid game or Super Breakout, but it's still pretty much the same thing. But to each his own, I guess. Let's talk about it for a sec though. Today we're gonna take a quick look at Thunder and Lightning. Now, Thunder and Lightning, you kind of got this stereotypical little Chinese character called Mr. Chin. He walks around. He has on this outfit, and I think he has a ponytail. And he's walking with his paddle over his head, the stick over his head. That's the paddle to keep the ball in play. And the main enemy is called Thunder Warrior. If you hit Thunder Warrior with the ball, lightning flies all over the place. If the lightning hits Mr. Chin, it stuns him. There are other enemies in the game as well. Turtles that create other blocks, and there's a little guy that splits the ball and makes it smaller, and small multi-ball, and it's very character driven and it's very supposed to be charming. The Mr. Chin character feels a little offensive to me, but it's not for me to make that decision. But that character feels particularly stereotypical, like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Street Fighter 2 levels of stereotypical. But the game in and of itself is perfectly fine. It's just that it's been done. Arkanoid had power-ups. There were revisions and hacks to Super Breakout. Had power-ups and power downs and all that. Konami released one of these that was exclusive to like Europe and Japan called Crackout. Same deal. There's nothing particularly unique about this game except for its presentation. And its presentation, you could take some of the level layouts are kind of cool. There are things that you have to work around to get rid of blocks and all that, but nothing particularly remarkable about Thunder and Lightning. It plays well enough though, and it's actually a lot more affordable than the other examples of this on the NES. So there's at least that. Now, if you want a copy of Thunder and Lightning, about $15 to $20 to get you a loose card. It's not super expensive. It's not super hard to come by. It's just there. You want one, go get one. It's perfectly fine. Like I said, getting Arkanoid in its natural state with the controller is ridiculous. Crackout is an import. Those are the two main breakout clones on the NES. They had Alleyway on the Game Boy. That was a launch title. It's pretty cheap, I guess. But yeah, Thunder and Lightning is pretty inexpensive, and it's one of many games from Romstar that just, they did a whole bunch of stuff that other people did already. But I mean, they did alright, I guess. I don't know. But this has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah, this was basically Knight Rider, but with a helicopter. It was also published by the same people that did the NES game based on Knight Rider. Go figure.